about a good English accent, copying gets you there faster than studying. And shadowing is how you do that. You hear a native speaker and you copy everything. The sounds, the rhythm, and the mouth movements. Today I will show you how to shadow common but difficult English words in 3 different situations, starting with this one. Making matcha is our morning ritual, and we're going to learn some English words while we do it. It's the same format as the last video. You watch and listen first. I'll narrate as we go, and then we'll rewind, and you will practice your shadowing. Now let's go to the kitchen and see what Chang is up to. Hello there. What are you up to? Chang is sieving the matcha powder with the sieve. Now she's pouring in the hot water. The temperature has to be just right. Chang, what's next?
Time to whisk.
Now she's whisking the matcha. Meanwhile, I'm putting these circular ice cubes into the glasses and pouring in the oat milk. Chang has just finished whisking. The matcha is silky and glossy. Silky is like smooth, and glossy is like shiny. Oh, lovely. Look at that colour. Now, let's shadow some tricky words. Making matcha is our morning ritual. Chang is sieving the matcha powder with the sieve. Now she's pouring in the hot water. The temperature has to be just right. The matcha is silky and glossy. Silky is like smooth, and glossy is like shiny. Good job. 3 pronunciation notes. First, pay attention to the word sieve. It's spelled like believe, but it's a short I sound. It rhymes with give and live. Give me a sieve and I'll live forever. Secondly, ritual. It's a ch sound. The same ch as in nature, picture, and furniture. Thirdly, temperature. The stress is on the first syllable. Temperature. It's the same pattern as the word literature. Got it? Good. Now, speaking of temperature, this is our fridge. And on the fridge, we have some very special souvenirs. We have photos, stickers, and fridge magnets. Why are these souvenirs special? Well, they remind us of our trip in Korea 5 months ago. We went to Korea for my 30th birthday. We spent a week in Seoul, where we ate the best croissants in our lives. Sorry, France. We also saw unreal views up at Namsan Tower. It was freezing though. Then, we took a train to Busan. We We stayed in a hotel by the beach. Our favorite spots in Busan were the cultural villages. The alleys were narrow and the streets were hilly. There was street art everywhere. We found a lovely souvenir shop and we bought some fridge magnets. This is our fridge. And on the fridge, we have some very special souvenirs. In Korea, we spent a week in Seoul. Where we ate the best croissants in our lives. Sorry, France. Then we took a train to Busan, where we stayed in a hotel by the beach. Our favorite spots in Busan were the cultural villages. We found a lovely souvenir shop on the coastline. And we bought some fridge magnets. 3 words to pay attention to here. The first one, croissant. It looks like croissant, but we say croissant. Croissant. We borrowed that word from the French. Secondly, cultural. Cultural. And just like ritual and temperature from earlier, that TU sound is a ch. Cultural, temperature, ritual. Ch. Can you hear it? Good. And the final word is souvenir. The stress is on the final syllable. Souvenir. Souvenir. It's the same pattern as the word engineer. Engineer. Souvenir, engineer. And souvenir literally means memory in French. So I hope that sticks in your memory. I want you to pause this video now and tell me in the comments what sounds that you find difficult in the English language. If you comment below and let me know, then I can make a shadowing video on these sounds to help you become a pro at pronunciation. This is a dictionary. And normally, dictionaries are boring. But today, I want to make this dictionary fun. I want to play a creative English speaking game to improve our English speaking. And there's a game that we invented called Memory Spark. How do you play? Open a random page and choose a random word. Trampoline. So what memory or story does trampoline spark for me? Well, I remember when I was 5 years old and we were staying at my parents' friend's country house. I remember this big blue trampoline in their garden, and I loved that trampoline. When we arrived, I sprinted to the back door into the garden and leapt in the air, but I didn't see the glass. I smashed my nose on the glass and it started bleeding. My excitement turned to tears. But all was okay when my mum comforted me with a bag of frozen peas on my nose. By linking the new vocabulary to a memory or a story from your past, you are connecting it to an emotion. which means it's easier for you to remember that new word. It's also a way for you to practice your English speaking in a spontaneous way, which is how all conversation happens. Now, let's shadow my poor nose story. I remember when I was 5 years old. I was staying at my parents' friend's country house. And they had a big blue trampoline outside. I was so excited to bounce that I sprinted towards the garden, but I didn't see the glass doors. So I leapt in the air and I smashed into the glass. My nose started bleeding, and my excitement turned to tears. But everything felt better when my mum put a bag of frozen peas on my nose. My poor nose. Pay attention to these 3 words. First, trampoline. Trampoline. Again, the stress is on the final syllable, the last sound. Trampoline is the same pattern as magazine. I read a magazine on the trampoline. Good. Second, leapt. Leapt is the past participle of leap in British English, and it's the same pattern as sleep and slept, or dream and dreamt. The third word, smashed. T, smashed. It's a t sound at the end, and that follows the same pattern as words like wished, washed, walked, and talked. What's that I can smell? What's that I can hear? Huh. Are you improving at English? I think you might be. In this video, we shadowed vocabulary from 3 different situations. First, through actions, we made matcha. Second, through a story where I talked about my travels in Korea. And lastly, through a creative speaking game where we learned to tie words to memories and emotions to remember them more easily. And now I have a question for you. Can you tell me in the comments what sounds are difficult for you in English? What words do you find difficult to pronounce? If you let me know, then I'll make a video to help you, so you can become a pro at pronunciation. Thank you, have a great day, and